Today we're talking about the zzzero version 1.3 special program. Let's summarize all the new info and discuss what's coming in the next update. As usual, there is a redemption code you can enter for 300 polychromes, virtual revenge, all caps. Version 1.3 is a bit of a mixed bag, but the main focus seems to revolve around Section 6. Yanagi seems to be getting the spotlight during the Virtual Revenge special episode story. If you read the internet posts during this version, Section 6 was invited to participate in some HIA VR training stuff. Seems like 1.3 actually involves this VR event, but obviously it appears something's gone wrong. During the trailers, we see Yanagi fighting in a VR Lumina Square, and she even clashes with what looks like a doppelganger Miyabi. It wasn't mentioned if this was for a cutscene only, but if we actually get a Miyabi boss fight, that would be amazing, especially after the end scene of the Tour de Inferno story. Seems fate then we'll have to clash with Miyabi at some point. In terms of the updates content, there's going to be a new TV schedule presentation for this. Like the Undercover special episode, there's a main story, but there will also be separate battle sections that will let us get some fighting time with Yanagi specifically. Completing these stages grant tokens which you can collect for rewards. Not really a big deal. But this possibly solves an issue with Undercover R&B where you couldn't replay the combat sections to try out Jane and Seth more. Speaking of which, Yanagi will be a new S-rank electric anomaly agent. She's got some flashy basic attacks, and her EX special is a dash that also triggers a stance switch. Yanagi gains different moves and buffs from her two stances, but these buffs persist for a bit after leaving a stance. This means Yanagi can keep up both sets of buffs as long as she's switching stances. One of these buffs is extra anomaly buildup on basic attacks. Now, her EX special also triggers a special disorder effect if the target has an anomaly active. Yanagi will not cleanse the anomaly, and she can trigger this effect off a shock even though she's an electric agent herself. Very interesting kit, and it's no mistake that Yanagi is coming right after Bernice since her addition ability requires an anomaly agent alongside her faction. The other focus for 1.3 will be Lighter, who will be dealing with some challengers after Caesar became the new Overlord. Lighter will have an agent story, battle sections, and there's a fun little side-scrolling mode. Like the other TV schedule, complete these modes for tokens to claim rewards. As a unit, Lighter is an S-rank Firestone agent. Lighter is going to build up a morale gauge over time, and with enough morale, he enters a burst state. If Lighter hits an enemy with this 5th basic attack, he can consume morale and increase his impact. This is his flurry of fiery punches, and it seems like he can access this 5th basic string after a couple various moves. You can also see Lighter move during the flurry, so I assume it'll be similar to Qingyi, just not an infinite combo of hits. An interesting perk of Lighter is that he can seemingly trigger a quick assist just by switching in. Not entirely sure how it works, but it's cool since you can just smoothly continue attacking. Lighter has some supportive perks on him, such as reducing enemy fire and ice, yes, ice resistance. He also extends the stun phase timer, which is pretty good. For his additional ability, Lighter will need an attack agent or a fellow Sons of Caledon member. Lighter will boost his team's fire and ice damage, so it seems like he'll be great for Soldier 11 or Ellen. I know some people want Miyabi to be Ice Anomaly, but maybe Lighter's saying an early hint, if you know what I mean. For the 1.3 banners, Yanagi's going to be up first. The right-up A-ranks are Ambi and Billy. You can also get Yanagi's signature W engine, Time Weaver, on its own W engine banner. In Phase 2, Lighter is going to be joined by Ben and Corrin. His signature is Blazing Laurel, which will have its own W engine banner. 1.3 will have 2 new Bangboos to earn, but slightly different from the usual. Boo makes his debut, but since he's an A-rank Bangboo, I don't think you can guarantee him from the gacha. You basically just have to pray and get lucky. He seems like a fairly straightforward fire damage Bangboo. As for Nightboo, they are not a gacha Bangboo. Instead, you're going to get Nightboo from an event, which we'll talk about next. Nightboo releases stars you can collect on the field for energy. Seems similar to Booisher, but Nightboo has a chain attack, whereas Booisher does not. To get Nightboo, you're going to need to play the new hoyocreators mode, the Mystery of Arpeggio Fault. This seems like a purely TV gameplay mode, and it's a roguelike exploration mode that has random stages. Similar to the Pokemon or Prophecy Quest, this seems like its own RPG of sorts. You can defeat enemies, earn buffs, buy loot, and upgrade a skill tree as you move on. Should be similar to the regular hoyocreators upgrade tree. Interestingly, this mode has permanent and limited time rewards. Nightboo is permanent, but I'm not sure what is being reset, if anything. It may just be like the regular hoyocreators, where every week you're going to do a certain amount of runs to get extra stuff. There are a lot more events, so let's just go through them. In Simulated Battle Trial, we'll defeat floors of enemies to climb a tower, but you do not recover HP as you progress. You can switch agents out if you reach certain points, and you can unlock more agents to select. This mode will feature enemy modifiers, and the difficulty is obviously going to ramp up, so it looks like a fun little challenge. Another combat event is the Virtual Battlefield Mayhem. I'm not sure if it's the whole event, but this one will be another one where you can use Yanagi. It looks like another one of those with various trials and conditions, and probably just different free agents to test out for those. Now, not really an event, but confirmation for double drops will be around as usual. More leveling materials, more drive discs, can't ever get enough. At the same time, there's going to be the usual new update login bonus for 10 encrypted master tapes and 10 Boopon tokens. Free stuff. Moving on, for some fun, there's the When Sandwiches Come a Knockin' event. This involves the Breaded Belief sandwich truck, which I'm pretty sure is the same shop that was part of the website minigame you could do to try to get beta invites. It seems like just a fun little event to take orders for the shop. Should be no problem for the seasoned Cheesetopia managers. Another event is the Ina Assistant Program. This is another silly event just to help out various Bangboo. This event will offer a photo to add to your memory board in the room. In the Dear Kai event, this seems to be one of those "are you actually playing the game" type reward systems. Just by doing various activities like increasing agent trust, playing hoyocreators, or buying something from the Outpost shop will earn you extra rewards. One of these activities involves the new Sanzi studio in Lumina Square. Our mysterious DJing masked dude has a new store where you can buy toys to display in your room. They did not mention all the ways to get the currency for these gadgets, but more customization options for our rooms is pretty cool. To end the video, there are some new optimizations and features coming in version 1.3. First up, the friend card is being tweaked to have more room for titles and badges. Seems like every agent at max trust earns you a title, and you can get badges from modes to show off. There will also be customization options to decide on what exactly you want to share with your friends. Another UI tweak is coming to the Daylights menu, aka the Compendium. Errands will display things you haven't done even if you got the max 400 engagement points. Basically, this just helps remind players that, hey, you didn't drink coffee yet or you didn't do the scratch off. Now, for the weekly tasks, you can see that this is one way to get the currency for the new Sanzi toys. There are also more tasks to choose from now. The new weekly tasks are going to go live 1 week after the update. Now in the Compendium, the Challenges tab now is the Combat tab. It features the new modes, including things like the HIA training courses. There will also be a new Tactics tab. This lets us reach the Agent Tutorial and Training Room menu. As someone who is testing things a lot, thank God for easier access. For more updates, they are making it easier to see which stages grant materials for certain agents. The Drive Disc section even shows which agents may use those Drive Disc sets. That's kinda cool. On the topic of leveling agents, they are now making it so the game checks to see if you can upgrade materials from the lowest tier. Basically, less button presses for these same actions when you want to merge up materials. A new feature is that we're going to be able to combine Drive Disc master copies into higher tiers. Instead of spending those blue or red discs at Elfie, you can just straight combine 5 red discs to get 1 yellow master copy instead. I'm not sure if this conversion is worse, but if you don't want to slowly convert the blue or red discs into drive discs and then dismantle those into the yellow master copies, well, this is just a straightforward method. They're also making optimizations to dismantling drive discs, more options to sort, better UI, can't complain about that. Last up, a great feature being added is being able to pin your favorite agents and Bangboo so they show up at the top of the list. Not a huge issue with the smaller cast, but as the game grows, this is helpful, especially if you want to level a new agent. You're not going to have to scroll all the way down to the bottom to find them. That'll be it for the version 1.3 updates. There could be more things coming, but we're going to have to wait for the official patch notes to find out. Overall, lots of quality of life updates, a couple new game modes, and then I'm excited to see exactly what we're going to learn about Section 6. Hopefully later story gives us a little more sense of Caledon lore. I wanted to see more stuff about Big Daddy and then Billy's involvement with the gang. Now, let me know your thoughts, and I have a video for Bernice coming soon. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next one.